87.
I'm telling Zé beleza, and I was very strong, né?
No.
I was
probably like one.
They hired me to do the security of the OP Pro, the Ocean Pacific Pro surfing competition. That was part of the world competition. So I'm going there and I'm walking with him, telling him, look, I've been thinking about a new sequence of punches that I can knock anybody out, you know? And Renzo, you're too skinny, you cannot knock nobody out. You don't go boxing, what are you talking about? Because he's an older black belt, he trained with me a lot. And I said, no, I'm telling you, I have been thinking about this sequence. I hit boom, stomach and the hook, the guy's out. Hands, yeah, right. When we arrive in the beach, this guy creating a problem with the family there. I go straight, I go talk to him, he goes off at me and comes. This sequence, pa 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 pa. Did the guy fall?
That's out, right? Yeah.
He was there.
Fall back. I saw it because we were all like.
I knock him out, I go, did you see what I told you? He goes, holy cow, it really works. It really works.
The guy was trying to run.
He was there. Yeah.
Excuse me. The guy was trying to run away and then he tried to jump over a car. So Renzo grabbed him and then he sat on the car, right in front of Renzo. So, excuse me. If you were him, Renzo got here, go like, bah, 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 like on the ears. So his head was like, and then when Renzo stopped and look at Zé Beleza, the guy goes, boing.
How it works? See, good sequence. Amazing year, those years. Amazing. One time, there was the City of God. All the guys from the drug dealers, they could not sell drugs where I live. Where I live, people, and the drug dealers would tell them, cannot sell there on this spot. And because when I moved there, it was very dangerous, very dangerous. You know, they killed an old lady next to my house on the first week. I said no. And then we have our wall was and the dogs were pooping puppies in. So I had to sleep on the ceiling with a rifle every day. I sleep there watching my family, you know. And we went through, then we went to take over the beach. Because they used to make a mess there, we went over and cleaned everything. The police loved it, you know. When they arrest me after a fight, I get to the police station, the sheriff goes, Renzo, the guy talking, Renzo, what happened? I tell the story. Someone take Renzo home, you go sit down there and think about not being stupid. Go. The guy sitting down. After I told the story, you know, every time. A lot of amazing moments. I didn't see this guy for a long time. Long time.
Felix.
Felix?
Yes.
He lived with me making the surf.
One day I thought that I was going to get beat up by him and his whole family because the Gracie family had a big house on our surf spot there, right? And a tour surf spot too, right? And then he had like a housekeeper, and he was the president of the federation, right?
Yes,
the surfing federation, right? And then a beautiful day, you in the water, Hickson was the water, it was like 10 feet, like pipeline behind the rock where he tour started surfing there, the first one. And Ronaldo too, right? Yeah, and then
he was there too.
Yeah, and then behind the rock, it was like I couldn't get away because so many houses, right? Ah, people, I was like, oh, come on, I'm a local here, right? And then I go, I'm gonna just spell on a good one. I landed right on top of Felix. The housekeeper. I'm dead.
He was my housekeeper.
I'm dead. Now my father was a local, but no, there's no comparison, right? And then when I came up, that's when I noticed that. Because I was more from Boston, then you guys like me. Because when they come up, Felix goes, you man, I want a howdy, it had to be you.
I wish it was a howdy.
I wish it was a howdy, then I could kill it. But you,
until today, only friends go surf there.
Yes.
Until today. I've been living in America for 30 years, it's still today.
And when it's good, it's the best wave in South America.
It's amazing, amazing.
It's like pipeline, yeah.
I beat in a surfing competition the guy that was number 2 in the world. I beat in a surfing competition. And I'm not talking about hitting him. I'm talking about surfing. The guy wanted to retire. I lost. This guy doesn't know how to surf. He's a fighter. He's not a surfer. How can I lose to him? The guy was going to stop the Brazilian kid. And then he kept going. He became number 2 in the world. Unbelievable.
The only reason, why I did good in Jiu-Jitsu, those guys know, is because I have good memory.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, I'm gonna remind you of a lot of memories. From Ryan. Remember that I owned the first video game store. Remember?
Yes.
Beach Front.
Yeah.
Savoy.
He had a video game store that we
And his mom had a store next to the ice cream store.
Ice
right?
cream,
So I mean, you're always there.
Crazy.
And then Ryan had like a video game like on the shelves, and Ryan would come, right? I would call you, and you would come and pick him up.
And they would go get everything for free.
And then
I get the bill after of everything. I go cut my hair with 7 haircuts. I was responsible for all of them.
Ryan would come and drop all the tapes, right? Then when I'm gonna, hey, what are you doing? Then he had sand always in my spot.
He threw sand there.
Inside the store, right? Yeah.
Well, amazing years, amazing.
I'm not gonna, he's a Gracie, I cannot do anything. Renzo, please help.
They call me Renzo, this is Sam coming. I'll go there. I took my son out there, and now it's a building. Zé Alfredo, the doctor, lives there, where it used to be our house. So I park and I start telling the story to my son. The house was here. They call the county of the crazy people. That's how they call the house. This is the county of the crazy people. All the lunatics live here. Not even the mailman delivered the mail there. So I'm telling the stories to my son. My son goes, Dad, you always exaggerate. You always tell the story. Make it. I'm not saying you lie, but you make it. Well, suddenly I hear like this, Hazel! I look, it's the doorman of the building. He goes, presses all the buttons of the intercom. Hazel is here! The whole building comes to hug me and to talk to me. The old lady's crying. Hazel, we miss you here so much. You kept this place clean. You protect all of us. You watch after everyone. And then they start telling all the stories that I was telling my son. And my son, it's true. I don't like it. But it looks absurd, like every time. Crazy, huh?
Man, but good time.
Great times, bro.
And actually, just one more story. I don't want to take too much of the time, okay? But you remember that. Editor knows that too. 87.
Ele fazia expansion, né?
Yes.
He made the best surfboard in Brazil.
I make boards too, but I learned from him. I used to surf his board and he taught me. Right?
And then he left to Hawaii, everybody pissed. Because he would make the best surfboards in Brazil. We all dream, I dream to have one of his boards, And then he moved to Hawaii. He would come back very rarely, Come back, do a few boards and go back. And I remember the logo with the flowers. This is 87.
That time was a very crazy time in Brazil because we never voted for president.
And they all look at me like this. All the older generation. Lunatic. This lunatic. For you to have an idea, there was a surfer that I ended up fighting him and I choked him out on the beach. Ele escrevia para as revistas de surf, fluir, porra toda. Que gloria. Rosaldo. Yeah, Rosaldo. So I got in a fight. This guy was bigger. He was older. I got in a fight. In the end, I choked him out. Boom. And whole life he wrote bad about me. In every surfing magazine. They never let my pictures surfing shows in a magazine. I had all the pictures home because the photographers would give it to me, but never one in a magazine. It's okay. One day, recently, like probably 10, 11 years ago, I'm in Brazil, in Copacabana, and I'm late. I'm looking, the light is green, the cars are coming. I look, I run. I went across. When I went across, looking at the cars, when I finish, I do this. It's him and his son. I go, I look at him, his son goes, Dad, the Gracie that you beat up in a street fight. He says to me, I go, let me be honest with you, your father was the only man who beat me up in a street fight. He's the toughest guy I ever met. Love him and respect him and listen to him. He looked at me like this and I left. I was late. I said that to his son. He made an article like this, today I understand Renzo. Only today. In 40 years before. Now I know what he was doing was right, you know. Crazy was all. Well, he knows all of them that know him. Yeah. Amazing year.
I mean, it's not always that you go to a place.
Yeah,
It's like two people from your surf spot, right?
Yeah.
So
And life is the craziest
we
thing.
saw him growing up. So yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 64.
64 years. Because I was.
You would pair up with my brother.
I'll be 59 soon. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Gene, you
Well,
also
Gene,
was. Gene,
with his younger brothers, I do more.
Yeah, I was older. Than
Yeah.
him,
But in the end, they were happy because we kick all the howlies out. We just let them
Okay.
Well, they don't come back. But how life is crazy. I was there recently, and I'm with all my friends. Down, they all came to see me on the beach, you know. So we're there having a beer, eating the cakes, the Donald Bush. Was a tradition. Every time I go there now, I give them like $600, $500 every time I go. I give it a gift. Because when I was a kid, I had no money to buy food. She didn't speak, remember? The old lady was hungry all the time, and when she sees me, she come and put food for me and walk away, you know?
And her daughter got pissed with the bad angel.
Yes.
There was a soap opera called The Bad Angel.
Yeah.
And then she got like, oh, Angel.
Yes.
The daughter didn't like it.
She didn't like it. But the mother was always very serious, but every time she sees I'm too long there without eating, my mother used to bring food. If she didn't bring, she would come put the food and not even talk to me, you know? So today her son runs, and I think her daughter, some people. So I always go there and give $500 every time I go there. But the last time I was there, we all the friends, and I go to grab a beer, and then I look, there's a homeless guy here. And the guy has a blanket on him, big beard, you know, like this. He turns to me and goes, one time, I was here, I look, there was like 12 kids coming on the sand, and 2 kids carrying one surfboard. And I look and I say, what the hell is that? Where are these kids going? Because that was the area. The only good surfers could go, you know? And 12 kids, and me and Half carrying the surfboard. It was me and Half. Half little, I was a little bigger. I look at him and say, you weren't here. You're not old enough to be here. He goes, believe me, I was here. I turned to the guy in the train and say, who's this? Where is the guy? Disappeared. I couldn't believe that. And I go, did you see that? Somebody else had seen him there too. We went to look. Gone. And he goes, I was here. I said, you're not old enough to be here when we came that way to this beach. It was the first time I was training them Jiu-Jitsu and everything. Then we went to take over the beach. That was the day. And I remember we couldn't carry because the board wasn't your board. It was a very heavy one. So it was me and Half carrying the board, you know. And then this homeless guy, and he probably was like 20, 22. And then he told me that he saw the whole thing. And the son of a bitch disappeared. I said, what the heck? And describe what most of the people in the camera didn't see when it happened. You know, insane. Amazing. So life is very strange, you know. Very unique. What's next? What's the next move?
A defesa.
Hã?
Defesa.
Defensa?
Você vai ensinar defesa.
He's asked me to show some defense.
Não.
Pray. That's the same.
You said you were going to show us the leg lock defense.
Yeah,
So sure there were 2 moves?
The main thing, you see, I learned Jiu-Jitsu my whole life, only one thing. Defend. My brother, have you seen a lion in the jungle worrying about defense? No. He wants food, he goes there and bites. That's it. This is the difference. Boy, when I start thinking like that, I was fighting Marius Perry at the ADCC, and in my head I say, I just need to take him down once, and I'm gonna finish. Because I trained him before and I knew. But he was 102 kilos, like, should 225, 230, and I was 180. When I get there, they put the mats on top of an ice rink. It was an ice rink. So it get the arena packed, it get everything wet, like a sleeping. I would come running, I dive like this, I slide. They would dry, and you see the water coming immediately right after. So, I said, damn, how I went 20 minutes. On 20 minutes, I took him down. But it was slippery when I took him down. Come here one second. Down. When I took him down, this happened, look. Oh, no, go here. Grab my foot. He did this. So what's the first thing that popped to my head? Defense. That's what I learned my whole life. So he had that, he was trying to go for a heel. I go here, I put my foot on his butt. I yank my leg. When I turn, he's already standing in front of me like this again. So 20 minutes to get him what I want. And then defense. I lost my fight for 2 points on that thing, you know? So I was so pissed. I went straight to the locker room and I said, put the leg lock here, let's make it better. So come here one second. Lay down. You see now, if you look how people train, they're even afraid to put their foot forward. They stay here. I do like this straight. Thank you. Done. You guys didn't learn this on YouTube? No? Turn your head this way so they can see. You see, every time, like the leg lock that I show you guys today is one of the best ones. Why? The guy cannot counter. He cannot counter. So he puts the leg lock here, look, everything's perfect. The first one, you go right here, look. Now you finish, done. It's exactly like the foot lock that we did today, you do with your leg. And if you want to hurt him, this foot goes next to his head when he sees gone. I have a video, a guy in the seminar said that I could escape. I had a class with John Danaher. You cannot take your leg out. I said, so finish me. Can you finish me? He goes, yeah, I'm going to try to finish it too. I broke his foot. It was a pain in the butt because I have to stay in the hospital with him until 9 o'clock at night. And it was with this. I did it on the floor. Just here, done. And the second move that I love, we are here, look, he has the leg lock, I do this. You see how your hip is dead? Mm-hmm. If I want, I mount it, I mount it. There's no defense. Just by doing this, look, I grab it and I push. But my favorite, it's here. Done. And the moment that I do this, all his leg lock is gone. I can touch and pass. See, there's no defense look because this kills your hip. You can't move anymore. You know? So the moment, and the beauty is, on the floor is even worse look because he exposed even more the heel. You know, I was, let me here, there you go. Throw this leg over. Let me get it, stay there, stay there. Here, here. And then they do the heel hook. This is one of the worst ones. I immediately pull you here, grab you here, look. And I'm gonna break your foot before you can break mine. Because I'm relieving the pressure, look. See? Every time. So the secret is every time someone attacks you in a leg lock, you gotta know because of his positioning, he locks himself very vulnerable to be counterattacked. You know? In reality, the leg locks is my fault to be in the game so much now because Gordon, Ryan, all those kids, they were young. They were training Jiu-Jitsu for just 3 years and a half, almost 4, when they went to compete with the top guys. So John asked me, what strategy you gotta use? I said, leg locks. No Jiu-Jitsu does leg locks. You know, you go for leg locks, all the Jiu-Jitsu guys, they're not used to it. It's considered an insult. Back in Brazil, when they did leg locks in competition, people would boo. Boo! You know? Yeah.
Stick out super black.
Yeah, the suburban guys, the guys from the suburbs. Yeah, they love leg locks. We boo them.
You didn't
Yeah.
teach leg locks to white belts and blue belts.
Yeah. So then I said to John Dunn, I said, just to work leg locks from everywhere, because jiu-jitsu guys are not used to. Then after like 6 months, he comes to me and goes, now they're beginning to defend. You imagine Gordon Ryan, brother, he was 15, he just turned 16, we gave him the blue belt. He goes to the competition from 10 Planet, what's the name? Yeah, EBI. He submits everybody. And then they found out he's a blue belt. What the heck? You're 16, blue belt. You cannot compete against black belts this long. Oh, no, we didn't know, we just, you know. But because those kids, they used to come to the academy every day, 7:30 in the morning, and leave at 5 in the afternoon. They trained the whole day. They studied, they trained, they did it amazing, you know. And they were very ahead of the game. And then they gave him, on the next EBI, they gave him a special fight. Just as he couldn't fight the competition, he fought a special fight, he broke the guy's leg. Same way, you know. And after the guys begin defending leg locks, he goes, what should he turn now? I said, take in the back. Because every time the guy defends the legs, he turns his back. So the moment they start turning the back, straight on the back and attacking from the back. That's how those two combinations begin being so successful. You know, with that. But it's a funny thing because I want to train with them, and the guy called me, and I got him like 5 times in 2 minutes, you know. And one of the main coaches is here. He goes, "I told you it's different. It's not the same." You know, like, I think because I play very tight, and everybody today plays very loose. That's why so many leg locks, so many things like this. The beauty of this defense that we just saw, come here 1 second. You know 50-50, right? No, yeah, you don't do it, I don't do it. It's basically here. They normally they do this. We play for it. Again, the same thing. I touch my toes, and then my hand does this. Can you bend your leg?
No.
Pinch. I bring it. 1, 2, done. It's the same one that I just did from the guard. The one that I push, look, I grab it, and I finish right here. Done. See? So from 50-50, you grab right above the knee, look. Put the pressures down. You can't bring it out. 1, 2, done. It doesn't matter how he can do the figure 4, he can do anything he likes. It's like passing guard. Look, I go here, look. You see how easy? And I lock it. Now I pinch his leg. 1, 2, finish. If he's able to defend, look. Here. You know? It becomes easy. So that's why when they attack leg locks, if you think about countering instead of defending, your life changes, you know? You become much more efficient. Let's do this one. Let's do this 2. His heel, my opposite hand, the front hand, goes on the heel, then the second, then I finish. Done. Like that. The other one, I drive my knee even out a little, and I push his foot. The hand goes like this, then I switch, and I grab it, look. Now I break it. The pressure, it's always the elbow that breaks the heel, you know? Okay, let's get your partner, give him some love. Ready? Come on, guys.